I think we can all agree that a good magical illusion is extremely entertaining, right? It leads you to believe that this amazing feat is happening when in reality it's a bunch of like little things you don't really notice that are really happening in the background, right? And that is exactly what animation is, right? Animation is the process of animating several frames that occur per second and tricks our brains into thinking that motion is occurring, right? And this is amazing. It's something that takes time and effort and passion, especially, to complete. And it seems like such a modern invention, right? It seems like it's been around for like maybe a couple decades, but it's actually, depending on how you look at it, been around for maybe even centuries. So let's take a quick trip back in time to see how animation began and where it currently is. Let's go back to the beginning. 1832, a physicist by the name of Joseph Plateau created what is believed to be the very first attempt at animation. He created a device called the phenakidoscope, I believe it's pronounced, a rather primitive yet very efficient way to portray movement through still images, right? It was shaped as a vinyl record, pretty much, and could be spun to simulate the motion through the images, right? And at its core, this is what animation is. It's the illusion of movement through several different images. However, over the next couple of years, many other devices similar to it would pop up and simulate movement through images. Surprisingly, it wouldn't be too long before someone came up with a better idea of it, right? And the first film to be animated was actually done with painted images, right? It was a short film of Poirot period that was created by Émile Renaud, a French inventor who patented the technique of theater optique, which built upon the previous mentioned device. Same principle, but closer to what animation, modern animation is. It wasn't the best way to create an animated film, as it would look rather crude and very choppy, but it did pave the way for what animation is today. Modern animation is honestly magical, and magical defines perfectly Disney, one of the biggest animation studios in the industry, honestly, right? It started off as a rather small studio in Hollywood that created other short animated films. You might remember Steamboat Willie, which introduced us to Mickey Mouse, the iconic mascot of Disney now. However, they were also the ones that created Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which was what put animation on the map, right? Because it's this beautifully hand-drawn animation with bright colors, sound, and honestly, beautiful scenery, right? Something that hadn't been done before. Suddenly, everyone loved, and they were very into it, right? And I do strongly believe that had it not been for Walt Disney, animation might not have been as big as it currently is. He really changed the game, and he put animation in the map, and especially in the minds of everyone. However, in modern days, the word animation can, while still being the same, can mean very different things, right? You can be talking about animation for like a movie, or maybe animation as in a cartoon, or perhaps animation as in special effects for videos or movies. It can mean a bunch of different things, and essentially they all come back to the same thing. You're creating the illusion of movement through several different frames happening and make it seem like it's all one smooth motion, but it has definitely branched out because now there's 3D modeling, animation, there's hand-drawn animation, there's digital animation, there's a bunch of different animations that honestly make it so refreshing and interesting that you can always expect something new to come out of it. Nowadays, most of the animation is done digitally through computer and simulations, and it honestly streamlines the process to make it faster, make it more efficient, and perhaps even make it easier than having to draw each frame. It does come with its faults. Sometimes there's choppiness, sometimes things look out of place, but I'm sure over time we'll develop better techniques, better technologies, better software, and it might even be better than hand drawn. Maybe not anytime soon, but perhaps at some point it might just be. Animation has definitely, changed quite a bit from its humble beginnings as a simple spinning disc that showed a man running to what is such a complex and beautiful thing happening nowadays with either cartoons or movies or even special effects like explosions, right? It's a whole new world out there. And I could not be happier because this allows people to explore their own mind, their creative thoughts, and put that out there, right? You don't have to be limited by reality when you can change reality in any drawing that you want. That is honestly the biggest beauty of animation in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a different video today because this is actually part of my final for my English class in my college. So it's probably seeming a little out of the blue, right? Nonetheless though, if let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think animation is cool? Do you think it hasn't changed? What do you think is the best animation? Because if you ask me, 100 dude, Shelter. Best animation in my opinion. Nonetheless though, I do hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, don't do drugs, because those things are pretty bad for you.